Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And we are, let's see, visiting Triss in our house? Interesting. So we're gonna meet Triss, progress the story, deal with another witch. Let's see.
We can go at it here, or at my place. You choose.
Power
Talk
of the
to this
eternal
guy.
fire.
To yourself.
A witcher? Oh, hear about the notice by chance?
Not quite, but what's it about? I hear right you're going on some voyage, need a companion.
Not just some voyage. Cross the sea. Mark this. When I got pressed into the infantry in 1242, I promised my beloved Let I'd return alive, whole, and with a pearl from Skellige. Not just any pearl either. A black one. The rarest and most precious.
Well, ambitious.
Perhaps. But they were empty words. I came from the war. That one and the next. But I never fulfilled my promise. High time to change that. Or if not now, then when? Thing is, I've grown old in the meantime, as you see. Can't manage it alone. Need a strong shoulder to lean on. Witcher's shoulders as strong as they come. So, what do you say?
I'll help you.
Plan's crazier than it is sane, but there's an irresistible charm to it. Offer me some pay and I'll help you out.
Don't you fret about coin. I brought home a good deal of it from various fronts. Say we meet in Skellige, by the collapsed bridge near Arenbjorn. It's but a hop away from the bed where black pearls are born. Will that work for you?
Sounds fine. See you there.
Yay.
Your blades. Why not at your waist like everyone else?
We can go at it here, or at my place. You choose.
So, if we're gonna be visiting Triss, what was that?
Hierarch Amelfart summoned all townsfolk to attend.
We want to be going this way.
No concern for that drunkard, and even less respect. Hemelfart's a fisticist. Speak softly, lest they hear you and build another pyre. And you still call this a free city? Governance by terror. That's what we've to expect now.
Captured and displayed in the sideshows.
What's this? The gods have heard the land's cry, its people's long waited is over. King Randervold will save the north. Okay. A blacksmith.
God, it's like a racehorse.
How are we to fight a pestilence that
You need
changes
something
form?
sharpened?
None
Reforged?
can be certain of his father, brother, or
Let's
bride.
see.
Look upon your
I'd like you to
neighbor.
craft something for me.
Craft
He
Think you can?
too could be a...
Okay, I've got nothing that I can craft without an iron ingot. At least, so let's start with that. One, two, three. And that changes a lot. Let's see, are any of these weapons improvements to what I have? Not a one. I don't need to craft bolts. I could make more things, but there's not a reason. Let's just repair this for 50. And see what can we dismantle. Got not a lot to dismantle. Let's see. Fiend dung, I don't think I want to dismantle that. Platters are a dime a dozen. Candelabras, very common. Hides, very common. Let's see. Coal can be turned into ash. I think I'd need it, want it for something else. So that's all I want to dismantle. Let's go look at the shop. We can buy let's see, Nilfgaardian longsword, and that's it. I have no money. No money whatsoever, which is really of no surprise. Let's see. Explosive bolts, broadhead bolts, trophy, Valen axe, and the gloves. Nope, none of it's worth selling. And then all kinds of alchemy things. Which one of these is the one marked with the star? So it can say I've seen it. It's a mutagen. Here we go.
Will we submit
Let's
to
play cards.
uncertainty? Will we allow monsters and charlatans to overrun
only
our
have
A few rounds
city?
of cards.
9
May
coin
the
crowns.
flame of the eternal fire complete
Gwent,
this act
Gwent,
of
Gwent.
cleansing.
It's pretty much just a non-stop Gwent thing. Gwent game. Kind of wish they would made the Gwent designed it so it only went 5 to 10 minutes if we were going to be playing it as much as we've turned out to. This is close combat, this is ranged combat. These two is sieged, ranged, close, ranged, siege. So do I want to get rid of close ones or the ranged ones? Ranged ones. Alright. So he's playing a monster deck, which pretty much guarantees he's going to try and muster. And had I remembered he was playing a monster deck, I would have very particularly and intentionally had him, let's see, we'll play this. I would have used the impossible fog to try and slow down this guy. Well, lost that one, 44 to 8. That's no real surprise. He passed. Interesting. So the question is, do I want to play a close 5 or a ranged 5? I think I want to play a close 5 just in case. And then pass to win this turn. He's saving everything for the final round. Have a Scorch. Start with this. plays the crone, which is going to get him all 3 of the crones. 22. He's doubling for 44. I've got to win. Let's see, what is this? Close combat. I could turn all close combat to 1. Play Scorch on my guy. Scorch on my other guy. So I have 5 to tie with it. Can I use this against this? Passed. I somehow won. Oh, Scorch kills the strongest guys on the battlefield. Wow, I just went into a strategy I didn't even realize. I just won by stupid luck. That was really cool. But it's time to see Triss. Hopefully we don't see too much of her.
Our Novigrad, shining a brilliant
The
pearl
good news
among
is I
cities,
don't have to
cradle of the eternal fire. Yet it
worry
is
about
here
Kira.
that darkness raises its hideous head.
anymore. Now I just have to worry about Triss.
For your kind beyond
These are no
a
longer
deceitful Doppler, doubling as commander of the
I think she's
guard.
on the other
A
side of the
band of
building.
charlatans, diviners, and witches poised to pinch your purity and prosperity. The time
She's
has
probably
come
not doing so
for
well in
this to
Novigrad,
end.
considering all
For
the
us to cast off
witch hate
evil.
that's going on.
Do you renounce evil?
Our world will burn! Burn in the eternal fire!
Burned in the eternal fire, they say. More of these guys. Probably, this is probably directing me so I can only enter from one side. Towards Triss's area. Jump over. I'll be glad to get back to story. I'll be glad to get back to quest I think I can actually do. Come on. How do I get to our house? The city is a mighty confusing
Ain't
place.
the Kingfisher, you're sorted for at least 2 days. Just got to
What's
just the good
this?
position where they toss the leftovers.
Let's see. Ticket
You
soldier.
do well not to pester folk.
Our Novigrad, shining a brilliant pearl amongst cities,
Somebody's been
cradle
doing some
of the
painting.
eternal fire. Yet it is here that darkness raised. No evil can survive the holy fire. The holy fire enlightens, burns, and cleanses. Behold the flame of grace and mercy. Special fire for you, freak. Nice, slow burning. You'll beg for mercy in all the voices known to you. Like the others of your species. None! I wanted only to live like you. Help me, kind folk, please!
Good slug! A doppler!
Sure hope Doo-Doo hasn't met the same fate.
Who's Doo-Doo?
Winds howling.
I'm glad it's a state of mind. Understand?
They say some witches spy.
Yeah.
Grand spectacle.
Let's try not to burn ourselves. Can I do my little spell to extinguish it? No. The bank! Finally. Finally I can exchange some coin.
Well, well, look who's here. The White Wolf himself in my humble establishment. How can I be of service?
How's business?
How's business?
Really? That's the best you got? That's like asking a fisherman if they're biting, or an old gran about her health. Business is booming. There's
I've
profit
done
to
both
be
of
made
those.
from war, provided you've the know-how. Before Nilfgaard had even crossed the Pontar, I'd contracted for insured deliveries of wood and iron from Kovir, reaped a 7-fold return on my investment.
Nice.
So you might think. But then there's the non-human poll tax, the church's tithe, war taxes, and my overhead. Subtract all that and you're left with a pittance. A dozen or so chests and no more.
I'd like to convert some currency.
Got some coin I'd like to convert into crowns.
You've come to the right place. A better rate you'll not find anywhere in the city.
1,020.
Looks like
crowns.
rain.
Wow. So that fixes one problem right there.
How can I be of service?
If I need a loan, I'll come to him.
You play Gwent, don't you?
Oh, sure. Because I'm a dwarf. Is that it? Do you also believe I know every other bleeding dwarf in existence, and at the end of each day, I deepen the mine shaft in my cellar?
So you play or not?
Aye, I play.
Let's play around.
So play me. Stake a unique card, maybe?
Why not?
Let's see. Why do I have another impenetrable fog? Oh no. Scortil faction. Scorch is an interesting card now that I realize how it works. And we have ranged and close combat. Range, close, close, close. So let's get rid of close. And then we have like no range, so that should work well. So I think, do I want to keep the Scorch very good trade. What's his ability? What's that? Commander's Horn doubles the strength of all unit cards in that row. Alright, we'll play this. Since we have 3 of them. Let's see. We'll play this. And mustard. He's mustering this guy. So we'll play this. Alright, well I can win this. I can actually win this pretty simply. Just play a low thing and pass. There's our guy, Vesemir. Burning Roach. Let's just keep on playing. I'm gonna play the lower guys. So he's doubling them. If I doubled these two right now, I would have another 9, that would be 28. I want to just win this, so I'm going to keep playing all the cards. Dandelion. Okay, 34. To 39. To 40. That only helped him. To 50. I'm gonna lose, let's pass. I should have kept one in my hand. And if I had just kept one in my hand, it would have ended in a draw. I demand a rematch. It's so easy to do rematches. Ranged combat. How many ranged combat things do we have? Barely any. So, but we don't need the impenetrable fog. And 4 ranged versus 4. I'll trade that. So I think we should start with Running Roach, since he's a hero, can't really be affected. He's gonna have to play his big cards right at the beginning. For battle. Okay, I think at this point I've lost, so we'll use the leader ability to see if we can push him further. Yep. And we'll pass. Well, even if we draw this time, I'm gonna continue on with the story. Gwent is turning into a nightmare. This is turning into Gwent the series. Tonight on Gwent, we play some cards, and then we play some more cards. So I only need this, so let's play this, then pass and win. I don't think I did that right. Let's see what his last 4 cards are. What's his last card? Clear skies. He passes. I pass. I win. Might be able to actually hurt myself if I played that impenetrable fog.
Can't rightly recall the last time I was so thoroughly thrashed. The card's yours.
Tried your best. Tell me, who else would have worthwhile cards?
There's Marquise Serenity, for instance. She don't boast about it, but she has one of the best decks in town, and uses it damn well. I know what I'm talking about.
Big city players. It's really silly to be messing around with Gwent in the middle of being afraid of Triss being on fire.
Which was muscle. Cast the spell and all's gone in a flash.
Well, she's in a rush. Must have left something.
What of it? This place has been picked through. Hey! Sod off! We're looting here.
Let's talk.
Not here for the loot. Interested in the sorceress who lived here.
And we're supposed to believe that?
Yeah.
Most likely hiding in some rat trap with the rest of them.
Who's she hiding from?
Temple Guard's cracking down. All mages are fair game.
Yeah, they round them up like rats.
Someone's gotta know more.
I'd look for her in the Putrid Grove.
Putrid Grove. Interesting, as names go.
A hive of scum and freakery if there ever was one.
No decent folk show their hides there.
That why you think I should look for my friend there?
Oh, I meant no offence.
Putrid Grove. Where is it?
I wouldn't know. Rumour has it, it's a place for freaks and oddities.
You'd fit in well there.
Maybe. Thing is, gotta know how to get there.
They say you've got to get there through the sewers, but you've got to enter them outside of town. Few know where exactly, though.
Ask a beggar. Or spot yourself a thief. Follow him. Beggars and thieves got to pay tribute to the king of beggars. Word is, they do it in the grove.
Mean to say the local beggars have a king, crown, scepter, and all that?
Wouldn't scoff, mate. King of beggars, it's a moniker. Yeah, for a man who everyone in Novigrad respects deeply.
And watch yourself. Menger himself don't even go to the grove.
Someone call for me. Wonder why.
It's Menger.
Temple God.
Thieving vermin to the confession chamber.
What, but sir, what's the offence? This is some sorcerer's bitchy shop.
Think that gives you the right to steal her property?
Well, sorcerers, mages of all types are outlaws.
But by law, the temple guard takes possession of their belongings, and the rule of law still holds in Novigrad. You know a bat can sniff out a moth a mile away.
Small animals. Can't say I'm really interested.
I know your trade. Spotted those yellow eyes amidst the rabble in the square right away. Did you notice how much common folk love flames? The eternal fire will consume them all one day, one way or another. And as bats sense moths, so I sense freaks. And start by warning them, Novigrad's no place for your kind.
Heard Novigrad was no place for mages. Now you're telling me it's no place for witchers. So who's it a place for?
Righteous folk professing the one true faith in the eternal fire. Nothing I can do to you now, but just know that I know you're here. One misstep, one error, you'll make a mistake, it's inevitable. I'll be the first to learn of it, and when I do, it'll be standard procedure. Like for every magic oddity who dares taint this city's air. Be seeing you.
Why does the rain hit the camera lens? There's a nice haul of stuff right there. Back to the story. If I get lucky, I'll be able to avoid any Gwent for the rest of this episode. Let's see.
Hairbrush. Only ever known Triss to use one like this. Herbs, roots, just turn to healing. Amulets are emanating magic. Gotta be Triss's. She was allergic to potions.
Allergic to potions, and you're a witch. Interesting. Witcher signs. That's definitely one to read. So, it just occurred to me that if I do get her, Triss and Karen Moore too, and I get Yennefer and Karen Moore, which assumedly will happen eventually, I'm gonna have Karen Moore just
never knew her to drop him on the floor.
I'm gonna have the entire castle full of like old girlfriends.
The Rose of Remembrance, all dried up.
I may be creating a nightmare for myself, is what I'm saying. Witcher signs. So that's all I can loot. At least on this floor. Nothing on this floor. Left. Did all that. So let's look at our inventory and read these new items. A 10% art sign, be nice. A weaker piece of armor. Nope. Weapon's still stronger, but I had 14 levels above it. Read that, quote unquote, read that, read that, read that, read that. Witcher signs. Bread and food. Some new ingredients got picked up. The Rose of Remembrance is needed for a quest, apparently. And I've got some of the florines back, which is a pain, because I'll have to trade those again later. Where are we headed to? The Pyres of Novigrad. There's all kinds of, I guess, sewer entrances we're gonna keep an eye on. Try and figure our way.
Oh, deepest apologies, Governor.
Fetch some metal, you wretch. I've been robbed! Thief!
Where'd he go? Am I supposed to be chasing him? I don't even see who he is.
Mutants, blasphemers, kobolds.
Which one's the thief?
You know the Ballad of what?
So that didn't work. If I was supposed to be watching the thief, I failed miserably.
Well, it could be quite profitable.
And there's nothing my Witcher sense is helping with, and I've been relying so heavily on the Witcher sense.
Why is your hair so grey, darling? Devil's spawn.
Townsman. Witch hunter. Armor. This is the trader. Wait, I think I see him now.
I've been robbed!
Is this the guy?
He sensed something. Gotta stay further back.
Found them just by stupid luck.
Think I pissed me trousers.
It's a follow mission, an actual follow mission. These can often be very frustrating. And this is the only case we've seen so far where
Wobbly. It's overripe shit's feet.
where
Springtime.
the person you're following actually stays
Sir, be
far
merciful.
enough ahead.
Give us a crown, eh? My mum's sick, and if I don't feed her, well, she's like to die of hunger.
All right, I'll give you some coin, but you gotta tell me where the Putrid Grove is.
I don't know that. Keep your coin, I don't know a thing. Move on. Be gone!
You know the Ballad of Wonder, who stormed in her garden?
The bonny boats that prance by here keeps like full bellows begging to be squeezed.
Ach, Fabian, it's on the help you this yen for wenches.
Does he go in there? Did he run out here? He ran out here.
Ooh!
More cautious than I thought. Can't get too close.
So now I'm following a different guy. I'm sure this is just riveting content as I slowly walk behind a guy. Well, let's face it, when you just strip it from the story, this isn't very riveting gameplay either. Walk in a straight line, don't get run over by kids running at you, don't get too close.
Hey, you seen any prawn fillies?
I bet we only have to do this once in the whole game. This is the dead cows of the game, in the sense that we haven't seen any live cows in this game since the beginning. I think we did see one at the very beginning.
He sensed something. Gotta stay further back.
Yeah, I want to be careful. I don't want to bone this whole thing up and have to start over. This is a good way for me to walk next to markers.
Look awfully
If
suspicious
that's
to
what
me,
he's doing, is
tramp.
just having me map out the whole world, but we already have the map of the world. Let's see. We had it from the beginning, which is kind of nice that we didn't have to paint in the map as we visited somewhere near it.
Greetings, Your Honour. Good to see you again.
Bring us the usual.
Of course. Keep this up and you'll earn yourselves a preferential rate.
Good, I enjoy shagging freaks. Three-titted wenches abandoned long portions.
What's the password? I'll just use the sign.
Open up.
New
Who are
face
you?
model.
What you want?
Doing some sightseeing. Kinda curious about what's beyond this gate.
My brother-in-law was curious. Worms been eating him for 5 years now.
Can't you tell I'm a freak?
Take a look. What do you see?
Yellow eyes, pair of swords, mutated killer, methinks.
Heard this place was a meeting spot for oddities.
Heard right. Know the password, get him free. Don't know it. Gotta contribute to the Grove's upkeep.
Don't know the password.
Pay up then.
I won't pay. Let me in.
Yes, sir.
100 experience for that. That's nice. I must say, having the delusion ability is wonderful. This guy's just
Master Witcher.
on the side of the road. Somebody spent some time on
Legend
that.
cannot be killed, can
Got a shopkeep here. Does merchant sell anything? Gwent to play me? Forget it.
What are
No
you
more
offering?
Gwent. I'm swearing off Gwent for the rest of the episode. Should I buy these books? I don't think so. Saddlebags. 100 maximum inventory. I haven't been overburdened in a long time.
See you.
We only got over encumbered at the very end
Who do
of
you hunt?
doing
White Wolf?
everything, pretty much, in White Orchid.
What ails you?
You look familiar.
Picked him as rain.
Thank you, my lord. A right miracle you've worked. I'd like to repay you.
Convince those knaves on the city council that spells are not needed on a Westbrook, but positively indispensable.
They won't listen, my lord. They're scared of me.
In that case, please convey that if any of them should fall ill, he'll stick his head in the flames of the eternal fire.
Drunk.
Get
Give me
it.
some rest.
Lying in the street, so I took it. You looked me straight in the eyes and lied. Just like your
Mutated
pa.
monster slayer.
You're a good lad.
Fascinating
Now go
example
play.
of genetic
Mammy's got to
engineering.
get some sleep before she goes to work.
So, how are things?
Good.
King of the
More and more
beggars.
people from the rest of the
What?
units looking for more.
Banker's
Henchman?
house not scaring them off anymore.
I guess incurable disease is more terrifying than Twitch.
So
There
let's
is
get
our
some
comfort in the whole
tribute coming in.
place.
You already take
Strapping
80%
lassie
of what we
found
receive.
in a bosom
Right, but-
profound.
About time we made something clear, sorceress.
Yes, high time.
Me and my men will manage just fine without the help of you or any other mages. But you, well, without our help, you're sitting ducks for the temple guard. Who do I spy?
Geralt?
Hey, Triss.
See you two know each other. See you two know each other well. I was curious whether you'd managed to find me, Witcher.
Got something to take up with me?
Your spies tell you I was looking for the Putrid Grove?
My skull would be a home for bottom-feeding river fish if I didn't keep an ear to the ground. And please, Putrid Grove, ugly name for our cosy little hideout, wouldn't you say?
So what would you call this place?
So what would you call this dive?
Dunno. The Garden of Liberty, maybe?
For a man who shakes down beggars and thieves for tribute, you're quite the romantic.
You say tribute, I say taxes. You say thieves, I say hard-working street clerks. See, Witcher, I've got plans, big plans, far-reaching plans to reshape this city head to toe.
Ever thought of seeking a seat on the city council?
City Council is a puppet troupe with the hierarchy of the Church of the Eternal Fire as its puppeteer. Until recently, that is, when Radovid and his witch hunters took the reins. The semblance of power don't interest me.
Let's see. So I probably want to work with this guy and have him overthrow the Eternal Flame.
A man with a vision.
One day, the so-called free city of Novigrad will be truly free. But before that can happen, we got rid of superstition, farting around about the hallowed essence of the eternal fire. Nonsense for kiddies.
Apparently not. cheering crowd at the execution. Mostly adults.
Any crowd of rabble will cheer to the stench of burning flesh. But one day, folk will understand the eternal fire's naught but a leash around their necks. They call this place the Putrid Grove, but it's the rest of Novigrad that's putrefied. This here's the last bastion of normality, sanity, reason. I'm actually glad someone like you's found his way to our city, because it will be our city one day, Geralt. Mark my words.
Yours, plural?
Yeah, mine. And me friends. But that's a tale for another time. For now, I'll leave you two alone. Because I can see, well, you clearly need it.
Geralt, I have a lot of things to take care of in town.
I'll be glad to tag along. What's your arrangement? He using you?
Helping me to survive, actually.
6 months ago, if somebody said Triss Merigold would be working for a Novigrad criminal, I'd never have believed it.
6 months ago, Triss Merigold parted with someone very dear to her and had to start anew. Hasn't turned out like I imagined. Come on, let me give you a taste of my life.
Me? The more I drink, the clearer I think.
Madam Sorceress. Beautiful as ever. Damn shame to part.
Don't fret. Bound to be back soon. I take it you're in Novigrad on important business.
Important doesn't do it justice. I'm looking for someone.
More precisely?
Young woman who's like a daughter to me.
Her? Here? No, impossible.
She was here. There are witnesses, evidence. Was hoping you'd heard something. You've been here a while. I need you to help me find something, anything, a trace.
I'll do everything I can, of course. Who might know more?
Cutscenes between walk and talk.
The Reapers come for me.
I would prefer not. I prefer they stay in cutscenes or stay in walk and talks. Again, that's a great example of how they budget their animation time. They probably intended to have a much longer cutscene and cut it down for an in-game cutscene versus the pre-rendered.
Managed to get those magic incense ingredients?
Yes, somewhat with difficulties, you might say. I was walking along the canal with a sack full of goodies for you. Looked up and spied a trio of temple guards coming the other way.
Get to the point, Klug. No time today for one of your long stories.
Wait! A sack full of magicalities and they were coming straight towards me. I don't easily frighten, but I felt a cold sweat on my arse, I did. I'm afraid I had no choice. I dropped the sack in the water. I had to. When asked why, I claimed it contained a dead cat. You shan't believe this, but they believed me.
I need that package, Klug. I've got a contract.
It must be on the canal bed. Luckily, it was heavy enough to sink. I'm sure it'll turn up if you search.
You expect me to pay you, then dive for my goods into that ice-cold filth?
I can do that. Where'd you toss the package?
Near the crane. Second bridge in from the harbour.
I didn't expect such devotion.
Wanted to freshen up anyway. Let's go.
Stop. Hear that? They've come for us.
The fool didn't break until I began to prick his heels. Every man's got his sensitive spots. Interrogated a mage once. Pain couldn't touch him. Tore off his fingernails, crushed his bollocks, nothing. Turned out, he was devilishly ticklish. I placed a beetle on his belly and set a mug atop it. Damn near went mad.
We were lucky this time, but you'd best leave via the sewers. The trapdoor's in the floor.
Take care of yourself, Klug.
Klug. Some terrible names. Let's see. Just see what other things I can take. It seems pretty much like you can take anything in front of anybody who's not a guard. As long as the guards don't see you, everything's free reign. He's got some good stuff. I think the King of Beggars and me are gonna get along just fine. Ooh, a weapon rack. That's the first time we've seen one of those. So, when you start seeing new things and you feel like you've seen a significant portion of a game, it does make me wonder how much more of the game is there. And I bet there is a lot more than I do. And I think right now that there is a ton. We just saw the new building styles for outside of Novigrad. We just saw the building styles for these torn down houses. That's a pretty good haul of just alcohol. Come on, use.
Well?
Open. Oh, I was trying to use the ladder under the door. It's a bit of a... What? It's not safe anywhere these days, is it?
There's a draft. Should be a...
Free City of Novigrad. The name actually used to mean something.
The very reason so many mages came here after the massacre at Lochmee. Thought they'd be saved from Radovid's reapers. Instead, they jumped out of the frying pan into the fire. But Novigrad stands on top of a mountain of coin, and winning a war takes three things. Coin, coin, and even more coin. That's why they're exterminating mages, confiscating their property and possessions. And they'll go after non-humans next. The elves occupy slums, but the dwarves practically control financial life in the city.
Official word is that Novigrad will remain neutral. Somehow doubt anyone believes that anymore.
Judging by what Klug said, the parcel should be around here on the bottom. Unless the poor man was mistaken. He's been forgetful ever since Manga interrogated him. Seems to be suffering from a persecution complex, too.
Current must have carried the sack seaward. I'll swim towards the port. Coming with?
Maybe some other time.
Don't know what you're missing. Water's thick with pungent oils. Guessing it'll do wonders for my complexion.
see if there was anything else that we could get in the water. Doesn't look like it.
Find the parcel? Or did you get wet for no reason?
Nothing like a refreshing swim in a filthy canal. Found a few fish, a rusty anchor, the carcass of a boat. Oh, and this.
Oh, my package. Hope the contents aren't soaked through. Oh, you're a doll.
Seem to be in your element.
Still remember my elements? How I use them?
Come on, 6 months isn't that long. It's not like I'm senile.
But you do have a history of amnesia.
I've recovered my memory completely.
Good. That should stop people from taking advantage of you.
Someone's been taking advantage of me.
I have, for one.
I've never even intimated.
We need to hurry.
Looking to make some coin too, eh?
Just quit using the Witcher sense and just follow her.
Greetings, sorceress.
Greetings, Brandon.
I didn't expect you to bring company.
I need another shave.
Is that a problem?
By the eternal fire, no. I'm surprised, that's all. Together, I expect you resolve things twice as fast. You've the look of true experts. But I'd prefer you not to tarry and begin.
Triss, you and Brandon here. You've agreed a price?
We settled on a full coin purse.
Brandon and Co. is a serious outfit. We've the largest granary in all Novigrad.
Why would I want in advance? Let's get to work.
All right then, let's get to work.
I've never demanded in advance.
We need to
before.
place these crystals around the granary, near anything that looks rat-related.
Place the rats. Traps around.
I'll cover half the space, you take the other half. Look for evidence of rat activity.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, I know what evidence of manticore activity looks like, but rodents?
Geralt, we'd both rather be somewhere else. I'd rather be sitting in a royal council meeting, but they killed my king. Look for crevices and droppings.
Once we place this incense, what then?
I'll cast a spell and the rats will leave.
Can't do that without sprinkling incense? I really feel up to looking for rat shit.
Stop whining.
Okay. Place incense. How do we place the incense? Here's another one over here.
Looks like a good spot. I don't like that guy.
Brandon? I don't either. He's much too fat.
Can't help but agree. But no. Notice how he didn't try to haggle?
Must really want the rats out.
Triss, he's a merchant. He makes his living by haggling.
If I worried about that sort of thing, I'd starve to death in this city.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Think I plugged every hole in there.
All right. Get ready for some magic fireworks. Once I activate the incense, we'll have a moment to talk. Well, now we wait for them to scurry away.
Interesting method. Never had much luck with rats. Once I hit one with a fork in complete darkness, trying to show off my witcher's senses. Masterful throw, really. Problem was, no one else saw it. How could they in the dark?
So, what do you think? Rat catcher? It's a long way to fall from being advisor to Temeria's king.
I'm just glad to see you safe and sound, and...
Reconciled?
truly or just pretending?
Knew a man once who reacted to everything, especially adversity, by mocking it.
Healthy attitude. Must have lived long.
Came a day he lost both his legs in battle. He shrugged, said it was better that way. He'd never feel pain in them again.
I understand him perfectly.
I know. Thing is, he was lying to himself.
I think he just didn't have much of a choice.
He could have faced the truth.
We all lie sometimes, but lying to yourself is running away, whereas there's really nowhere to run.
Sometimes you have to escape just to forget. Your friend might have dwelled on his lost legs, but it's not like by grieving he could have grown another pair. So, tell me how Yen's doing?
How do you know I found her?
You didn't answer my question. How's Yen?
I don't know.
Don't know yet. Asking about anything specific?
Never mind. I got my answer.
Well, well. Our lovebirds having themselves a little chat instead of working.
The job's done. Geralt, those are...
I know who they are, Triss.
My friends begged me to notify them if I encountered a mage, sorceress, what have you. Didn't have the heart to refuse.
It's a trap, Geralt.
This stank from the start.
Such a sharp sense of smell. You should have legged it while you had the chance.
I don't generally leg it. Here's what I think you should do. Pay up and march your boys out of here while there's still time.
Don't be ridiculous. I didn't hire a sorceress in order to pay her.
Take my advice, mutant. If it's not your business, stay out of it.
Thanks for the advice, but I can't take it. All right, we've talked. Do what you gotta. Just remember, I can't help but get in your way.
Heard enough from this horse, son.
As have I. Neither is to leave here alive.
Will kill.
Let's go ahead and drink I should have made him pay all in advance.
Bastard hired me on the assumption he wouldn't have to pay me. Duped and trapped like a chicken. If not for you, we need to find Brandon.
Don't kill me. Good sir, no. They forced me. Had I not told them, they'd have set fire to my home, my warehouse. The mage hunters know no mercy. Spare me, good man. Be not like those murderers.
Shut up. I should kill you. Thing is, you'd be no good to anyone but the gulls as a corpse. So you'll live and pay us double. Now.
Double?
Fine. Your coin.
Now, get.
Thanks, Geralt.
You should try to keep better company.
He was still better than some mages. You know, I've been thinking who might know something about Ciri, and I just got an idea. There's an Oneiromancer in town, Corrine Tilly. Very capable, supposedly.
Never trusted in Dreamer's abilities myself.
Corrine's been very effective. You should at least try. She's taken a job close by. Follow the canal, away from the fish market. The house is near the first bridge. Its owner, de Jonquier, is a rich banker.
Not coming with me?
I've got some things to take care of.
Another rat-infested warehouse?
Not exactly. Nothing even remotely satisfying. Such are the times.
It was nice to see you again.
You too, Geralt. You should go now, before Kareen goes back into hiding somewhere.
What if I want to find you?
I live in the Bits, near the fish market. Stop by. It'll be nice.
All right. See you later.
Damn this weather.
Level 12. With 1 point available. Let's see. Is this sword better than the one I have? Yes, it is. Is this better? No. Is this better? No. Is this better? No. Are these better? Nope. Nope. And nope to that. Getting multiple copies of books. Just a massive amount of stuff we're getting is ridiculous. We should at the stores automatically be selling like duplicate books and automatically be selling other items. Let's see. Looks like we might be able to do green mutagen, but I doubt it. Let's see. Where's the stars for all this new stuff? There we go. Some more junk to sell. Just 5 whole tabs of stuff. I don't think I have anything I can alchemy. Oh, enhanced swallow. Excellent. Enhanced black blood. I don't think I have regular black blood. But an enhanced swallow is certainly going to help. Looks like I'm mostly missing missing the ingredients for things I might want. Can I craft anything? See, we have the Griffin steel sword. I want to make sure I have that so I can upgrade that at some point. Do I still have it? I don't know. Caleb Mange, Chappelle. Apparently that guy that just got burnt, we knew him. We're gonna see Corny Tilly. Felicia Corey, I don't know who that is. I guess we're gonna meet him pretty soon. One of the main characters too is this model. Like, we see this face all the time on all the merchants. Doesn't look like we found any new bestiary things. We do have 1 point we can use to improve this. I hope I know what I'm doing. Once we have put 20 points into this branch, I can unlock these next next row. So I'm gonna need to level up. Novigrad Dreaming is a suggested level 7. So we are back on the path. That is nice. We've figured out and found the main path, we will be able to soon correct this problem we've had. So I was looking for the Griffin sword. Here it is. And I definitely want to upgrade that. So I'll have to be careful not to sell it. 200 experience points. Quest complete.
Ah! Boy there! Ugh, gods damn this weather.
Life you gotta take.
Will, save me. I'm dying.
We managed to have a whole interaction with Triss and her not immediately be naked or try and sleep with me, which is always good because I'm afraid every single female acquaintance of Geralt is going to try and do that. We've been here before.
Just passing by, wanderer? Or do you seek something specific?
Who's asking?
Rudolf de Jonkier. Of those de Jonkiers, yes. My ancestors laid the foundations of this city. I now own its largest bank.
Didn't need a recommendation. Name would have been enough.
Father always said, all ought to know your merits, son. Don't hide them under a bushel.
I'm looking for Corrine Tilly.
Oh, you've come to the right place, then. Corrine is inside. Been there for a few days, dreaming the home's history.
Why do you need to know the house's history? You a historian, or on a whim?
I bought this property a short while ago. Paid a pretty penny, I might add. Soon after, I witnessed disturbances. Led me to fear the home might be haunted.
What are the symptoms?
Oh, they vary. Giggling in the night. And furniture moving about in the attic. And last week, well, you shan't believe it, I found human feces in the parlor.
That's not a ghost. That's somebody.
Not interested in what's going on
living
inside.
in your room.
Seeing it for yourself.
I'm a banker. Cursed homes scare me. Do you know how a haunting can affect property value? Point of fact, Corrine requested she not be disturbed.
I'd like to go inside, look around.
I don't usually let strangers rummage around my home. Twin swords, though. You're a witcher. You may enter, call that my whim. Truth is, we're already dependent on the Black Markets, economically.
Loot time! The whole extinguish light stuff, I can't, they should have never had it in the game. It's cool, but it's pointless. It gets in the way of all the other pop-up triggers. And this is...
Put it down, please. That's blood. Don't spill it. Please. Stop. Go away. Don't do that. Leave it.
That's creepy. I look like Johnny.
Wake up. It's just a dream. Wake up.
doll. The attic.
All right. Time to check the attic.
Put it down, please. That's blood. Don't spill it. Please. Stop. Go away. Leave it.
That's the way out.
Put it down, please. That's blood. Don't spill it. Please. Stop. Go away.
Search the attic, we go.
Leave it.
Way to the next room's blocked.
Yeah, but a lot of times you get that whole problem of just, I want to sit here, I want to tap A, I don't want to get stuck on extinguishing or de-extinguishing the same candles. That didn't work. I don't know why it showed me a different sign, I think. Looks like there are ghosts. Let's go ahead and loot to our heart's desire. Since we're spending the time to be in a building. I could have made a major mistake buying the saddle. I could see people just crippling themselves on funds, making a few mistakes like that. Let's see. And maybe I have made those mistakes, and that could explain why I'm somewhat crippled on funds. Inventory. What new? We got some rune stones. We got some meat and food. We got some new crafting items. Here we go. Drawing of a crib. Paper on which a crib has been hastily drawn by a child, it seems. And then a rag doll. And then we've got some junk.
There was a cradle on the second floor. Wonder what had happened if I laid a doll in it.
Second floor, where did I see a cradle? Is that a cradle? No. Oh, that's a cradle. That thing I'm standing on.
Another masterpiece. An oven and a blackened grate. Oh joy. A riddle. Guess I should find an oven.
No oven here, right? Good. So down we go. Aha.
Boo! Did I scare you? Scared you, didn't I? I can tell you was scared. Big brave man scared of wee little Sarah. Ain't that funny?
I wouldn't do that anymore if I were you, Sarah. You might scare someone so bad they'll hurt you.
Why would someone hurt me? Having a spot of fun's not allowed anymore.
What are you playing?
That lady fell asleep, and I've sent her some horrible dreams. I'll not her wake neither. I can do that, you know. Funny, isn't it?
Very funny. Thing is, I gotta talk to the dreamer, so I'd like you to let her wake up.
Little Sarah doesn't want her to wake. Little Sarah wants to play.
I know what you are.
You're lucky. I know you're a harmless godling, but others might not know, and then...
And how'd you know I'm a godling, eh? How's that, eh? Eh?
If it looks like one and acts like one, trust me, you're a godling. You give the dreamer nightmares and won't let her wake up. Why are you tormenting her?
I'm not tormenting anyone. Scary dreams are great. What I love is when this big end chases me. End's got these red...
Why do you live in a haunted house?
Tell you a secret. The house ain't haunted. Not one bit. I just pretend it is. Make everyone think that. It was sitting there all empty, so I moved in. Bigwig from the bank then came and bought it. I don't like bankers, especially not to live with, so I decided to give him a scare.
Gave the banker a really big scare. See, he paid a lot for this house and won't give it up easily, which is why you need to find another home.
I don't want to! I don't! I won't!
Let's make a deal.
Sarah, Novigrad's no place for a godling. But if you want to live here, that's your business. So let's make a deal.
A deal? What kind?
Leave the dreamer alone. In exchange, I'll tell the banker the house is haunted. For good, no way to lift the curse.
You tell him that? What if he doesn't believe you?
I'm a witcher. He'll believe me.
Yes? Yes? Yes! Do that and I promise not to bother your friend. Not even a little. You're awfully nice, you know.
I don't hear that often. Thanks.
Now go wake that sleepyhead. I won't stop her. She'll get up. Good day.
Let's see what's over here. A little bit of rock. Yeah. A little bit more to loot. Where does this go? Ah, it goes nowhere. So yeah, I got everything over there. That was just a little bit of extra. I forgot to loot over here. How careless of me. So, I kind of want to get the two godlings together. See if I could pair off godlings, have a whole family of godlings. But I guess I'm a witcher. I'm supposed to be killing monsters, not being their dating service.
Who are you?
Triss Merigold sent me to see you.
Gods. Horrible nightmares. I was supposed to dream the history of this house. Instead, I saw furniture. Hungry furniture that wished to devour me. I know it must sound foolish, but in the dream, well, it was all too real. And not at all amusing.
The work of a godling. She made people believe the house was haunted. Also injected your dreams with her little jokes.
And you managed to wake me. I feel fortunate.
We Witchers have our ways.
I thank you very much. The dreams, they were awful. Any way I can pay you back?
There is, actually. I'm looking for a young woman who was seen in Novigrad.
I can certainly try to help. But I'll need to clear my head first. After those deranged dreams, I feel it's full of cobwebs. Find me at the Golden Sturgeon. I rent a room there.
All right. See you there.
And now we just talk to the banker. Now, how am I going to stop him from burning down the house? Just out of spite. How much does a house cost?
The second sword. Is it? I saw Miss Corinne leave, but she refused to speak to me. Is the matter resolved? Or quite the opposite?
A bit of both. A demon had captured Corinne. I managed to free her, but the house is still haunted.
Did Corinne dream of the building's past?
Yeah. Pretty horrid, apparently. Though she refused to talk about it. Nobody should inhabit the place.
So many crowns I paid! Oh, well. It shan't put me in the poorhouse. The second sword, is it in case the first one breaks? Smart.
Yeah, in case the first one breaks, I carry a second sword. Because that makes sense. That's pure logic there. Double the weight of the items you're carrying. Just on the rare chance that your first sword would break. Actually, that probably is something I would certainly, if I could afford the crowns, build a second computer just in case this first one broke. Unfortunately, building computers is a ticking time bomb as far as when they're built and how useful they are. Cutting edge they are, I mean. So, it would be silly to build one computer, not use it for a year, and then when the first one broke, pull out the year-old computer at that point. It would be so slow in comparison.
Oh, that's bad.
The Golden Sturgeon. So, we're gonna get into a coin game, aren't we? I thought I'd sworn off coins for the rest of this episode. Maybe that was the previous episode I said that. I don't even remember.
Racial hygiene's what it be?
Show me what you got.
What are you serving?
Gwent cards.
Not hungry,
episode
not thirsty,
on a
but I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
Game of Gwent.
To dethrone our reigning king.
Ah, Vesemir. A 6 close. Do I have anything? Yeah, I can definitely get rid of him for Vesemir. Let's see. Penetrable Fog, Scorch. Vesemir seems to work on the Scoia'tael side too. Ah, Vesemir works on for anybody. I have some extra cards. In impenetrable fog. I was wondering if we could get to that level. No, I don't think I'm understanding right. You can have 10 special cards at maximum, and you have a minimum of 22 cards that are regular. So I just want to get rid of these ranged ones. Get rid of that. Mustering for battle. If I play Scorch right now, I would get rid of 3. No, I'd get rid of 1 that was a 6. Now is the time to play Scorch. Watch this. He passes. And I pass. There's nothing more to do. That worked well. I like that strategy. Trebuchet. Masters. Should be able to win this. Let's see what this one does. Close combat? Yeah. Play Impenetrable Fog. Was hoping he would have had a clear weather. Pretty much won this, but I want to hold on to Vernon Roche just as long. Yep, he's out. So I could play more. No reason not to. Let's end the turn and win the game. 20 crowns and another card for our Gwyn deck. How much more Gwent do we have to play is an interesting question. We have this Gwent here. We have this Gwent here where I need to go beat this guy. The Black Pearl. Where's this quest? I thought this was in Skellige. We've got so many points of interest. I think after we have completed this run of story quests, we will be able to do that. Start making let's see, the volunteer. We're at level 12, so I'm not feeling bad about doing level 10s or as much as I was. I might be able to go back and get rid of Jenny of the Woods, for instance. We've got some quests, and we still have that one failed hazardous goods bit that is gonna hang over our heads forever. One failed mission. Are these boots better? Nope. 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 I have some selling to do. I think what I'll do is make an effort to find a blacksmith and an armorer in this area in between episodes, and then we'll come back to this tavern and start back this way. So let's see. Here's a blacksmith. That's where I'll be going in between the episodes. And let's see, do we have anything else we can alchemy make? No, sadly. Can we make probably a lot? We didn't meet any new characters, I don't believe. Johnny gets a name, but the other guy doesn't. The girl, Godling, doesn't, which is interesting. Let's see. No more points to work on a character. So, yeah, that's gonna be the end of this episode. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can do that by clicking on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. And if you want to friend or follow me on any social media site, all those links are down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Bye.